surprised at a high break for Judd Trump of just 69, and for O'Sullivan only 43 after 6 frames of this Northern Ireland Open final. It's been a session characterised by blood, sweat and tears rather than free-flowing snooker, as Ronnie grabs another couple of mugs of hot water. But crucially, from O'Sullivan's point of view, he's won frame 6 to stay in touch. Things were beginning to look serious at 4-1 down. It was a brilliant red that got him in to finish the frame off. Maybe that will act as a source of inspiration for the remaining 2 frames of this first session. Trump 7 from 12 from long range today. Brilliant.
Made a great sound. Now the red by the black is the one he wants out of the way. And that's the one he's immediately played on.
6.
Very rare to see either of these players in the 80s in terms of pot success. Trump now at 87. O'Sullivan has picked it up slightly to nearly 85. But it's been that kind of final so far. The balls have not always been in favourable positions.
14.
Both have had to work very hard for the points they have got.
15.
And Trump has been that little bit more adept at doing it, which is why he's 2 in front and first in
22.
in this 7th frame.
Well, now, here's the angle here. He could really zip into the bunch here. There's a question of the backspin that takes the cue ball through the bunch. I don't know if he's seen a plant in there. Maybe he's waiting one. There seems to be a combination of some kind. Top 2 reds. Must be in line for him not to take on the split.
30.
Yeah, well, at the moment it's aiming at the right jaw, but if he kind of overcuts the first red slightly, then he can straighten it up. That's perfectly judged.
31.
The reds are still not open, though. He had the chance to do so a couple of shots back. I suppose he had to play the plant, really, if it's there. Now, could he play this with pace into the bunch? He's very, very good at that shot, goodness.
$37. $38.
Trump has won 18 ranking titles, but perhaps the one he won in Belfast 2 years ago
45.
was the most important of all, because it had come after a relatively barren spell of over a year without a title. It came against Ronnie O'Sullivan. He had to come from behind at the climax of that final to win, which he did in style, and he's never looked back since. He's doubled his ranking title tally since then. That was his 9th success. Today he's going for his 19th, and of course, in the interim, He's added the Masters and the world title to his CV.
53.
Well, just starting to spring to life. The way the last frame was won by O'Sullivan, that brilliant long red, and now this chance. There's an example of fizzing the cue ball through the bunch.
60.
Just on that bottom red, a little close. Not most comfortable on the shot, but in it goes.
61.
This has been very untypical of the snooker that we've seen in the final so far, but much more like what we're used to from the world number one. Brilliant long red to get in. And although that wasn't clean, it looks like a clean kill.
Yeah, but by hitting it into that side of the pocket, it's given him a better chance of getting up for the red. So it was a good way of potting it.
69.
So this is a different frame completely to the others we've seen, which kind of brings a lot of attention onto what's to come this afternoon. This next frame is huge now, with Judd looking to extend and scoring the more freely of the two.
76.
And now odds on for
77.
his 8th century of the week. Ronnie O'Sullivan has been second best today so far. He's fought for everything. He's scrapped away, but he's only got 2 frames out of the 7 to show for it. And the last of the session is surely a must-win for him.
83.
Judd Trump led 5-3 at the halfway point last year before going on to win 9-7. He's guaranteed that lead already today, but it could be a whole lot better. Looking for his
88.
29th century already of this campaign.
89.
Winner of the English Open, runner-up in the Championship League. Semi-finalist in the Champion of Champions. He's already accrued £140,000 on the table before this event this season.
Well, all of a sudden, it looks a different game to the one we've seen so far. There's a terrific break, aggression, controlled aggression.
100.
747 for his career. He moved ahead of Neil Robertson this week in the all-time list.
101.
Oh, look at this shot. Look at that for a shot. Play with screw and reverse running side.
108.
One way of developing the brown and getting on the green. Well, the world number one has just moved up a notch and now has put the ball very firmly in Ronnie O'Sullivan's court. It's been a fabulous break.
Doubly so, given that the other frames have, by and large, been about hard graft. This has just been sublime break building.
122.
Launched by a trademark long red. As sweetly struck as you can. And now turning on the style.
128.
Just a pity there's no one here to see it. Millions at home watching, though, and admiring the skills of Judd Trump, who's underlining just why he is the runaway world number one. What a break that was, a 1-2-8. Ronnie O'Sullivan back up against it with 1 frame to come in this first session. Trump leads 5-2.